Hey everybody, welcome to Bones Collector. Today on the Bones Collector I'm going to tell you about something I've been waiting for in the mail, late Christmas present so to speak, because I ordered it a long time ago and it took forever to get to me. But it's my new toy train from Lionel, and if you watch my channel you know I really love toy trains. It's kind of a side little thing that I do. High quality toy trains, and that's what Lionel produces. I really enjoy their toy trains. Not so much trains that are lifelike or real, like real life. I like trains that are like toys. I like this Polar Express Elf work train. Now I have the Polar Express model 15th anniversary edition. I did a video on that. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And that's an amazing train also. But I wanted to get this. When I saw it in the catalog, I really fell in love with it. I love everything about this train so far. There's one little nitpicky thing I'll have, and I'll tell you about it later. But so far, I love all the physical parts of this train. It is a train much like all their Lion Chief sets. It comes with a remote, a power pack, a 40x60 track layout. This one comes with little elf figurines and 5-car consist and a locomotive. I really enjoy using these remotes to run these little toy trains. It makes it so nice and easy. You can use your telephone or a tablet if you wish, because it has Bluetooth. But yeah, I want to tell you all about this train and show you some of the details, and I'm going to run it on my Christmas tree layout and let you look at it like that. So here comes some of the details I'm going to tell you about right now. Alright, let's take a look at some of the detail on this beautiful Polar Express locomotive. First of all, it's an 060T locomotive, which means it has no trucks up front, 6 drive wheels, no trucks in the back, and the T stands, I believe, for the fact that it has its own fuel source carried on it, so there would be no tender. And that's the configuration of this locomotive. Well, first of all, let's talk about it has a gold roof on the top with some rivet work, and then the hatch lid. I really like the gold top on that. It kind of goes with they have gold trim along here, and then the Polar Express icon encircled in gold, and then the letters themselves are gold, so it all looks real nice together. I really like that. On the front we have a bell that works. You can see that. It swings back and forth. That's really pretty and cool. And it has the brass whistle installed here. And then on the outside on the top here it has separately applied handrails. And that's pretty cool. I can't believe they went to that kind of extra detail on this locomotive. That's pretty neat. And then it continues onto the nose of the locomotive right here with handrails, and those are true on both sides. And then it has a separately applied hand grab right here. And then I'm going to spin this around. And this is a handrail also separately applied, but you can see it there on the front of the locomotive with the Polar Express on the nose. Steps here for people to climb up on, working coupler. This is a separately applied metal handrail also that you can see right here, and that's pretty neat. So there's a lot of separately applied details on here. They're pretty cool. This is the headlight. Working headlight, of course. It has a smoking function on it. Now inside the cab, let's take a look in here. We have the engineer and fireman. I thought that was kind of nice. They have a figurine on each side. One there and one there, if you can see in there. And you can kind of look in there and see those guys. There's one on each side, the fireman and the engineer. So I thought that was a nice touch by Lionel. Real nice. This is really kind of a heavy locomotive. For as small as it is, it's got some weight to it, so that's pretty cool. In the back, it also has a separately applied handrail on the rear of the locomotive, and here it has a light. I don't know if that works or not. We'll figure that out when we run it. That would be cool. If that is a reverse light that lights up, that would be extra cool. So I really like that. And then the detail on the drive rods on the wheels is pretty cool also. It looks pretty awesome. I really like that. Again, you can see the separately applied handrails all along the outside of the body. And the coal load in the back, I kind of showed you that, but there's a coal load right there. Pretty cool. Working coupler on the rear and the front. Okay, so those are most of the details of this locomotive. Again, I think Lionel did a fantastic job. It looks great. I really enjoy the way they put the figurines inside the cab. It's really a cool looking locomotive. I can't wait to get it on the track and get it running. But for now, let's take a look at the cars that come with this set. Okay, so here's the 5-car consist that comes with the Polar Express Elf work train. They're adorable. first of all. I'm going to show you each one of them. We also have 5 little elves that come with the train. And the first car here is the gift car. And it says, do not open until Christmas. And you get these wonderful, beautiful packages that come with this set that you put in this car. And this has got a little bit of weight to it, so that's kind of cool. The couplers do not operate, so you just hook them together and they pull each other around the track, but they don't operate in like a real train would, which doesn't bother me whatsoever, so it doesn't matter to me. Has a little handbrake wheel here that you would turn, and it has a little Polar Express icon on the side of the car. Okay, the second car says Polar Express right there. It says Toy Shop Tool Car. This is the car that carries all the tools for the elves to build toys or repair or whatever they do with their toys to justify their jobs. And then it also says on the side, do not open until Christmas. So that's pretty cool too. Has a door here that does not operate. Again, another hand brake wheel right there. Shaped kind of cool. I like the shape of that. I've never seen that before. So that's pretty cool. It has a blue roof and it looks like that on both sides. Okay, this third car is the Toy Shop Repair Crew. That's where the elves ride in here. It's a Toy Shop Repair Crew Transport. So your elves will ride in here. Also has a separately applied handbrake wheel right there. Metal trucks again. Has the Polar Express icon. The fourth car that I'm going to talk about right here is the Hot Cocoa car, and I will have to pick this one up. It's got a ladder up the side, it says Hot Cocoa on it, and then on each end it also has a hot steaming picture of a cup of hot chocolate. So that's pretty cool, Hot Cocoa. Both ends have that picture on them, so that's pretty neat. I really like that. It's cute. This is the caboose, the last car of the consist. It says Polar Express on the side. Has a little separately applied step here for the boss, who is Santa Claus, to climb up and get in that caboose and oversee the Polar Express elf work train. It's got a gold roof to match the locomotive. I thought that was pretty cool. A little smokestack here so Santa's stove can operate and he can stay warm in there. So that is the consist of this little elf train, and it is cute as the dickens. I love it. It's a toy train, and I like the exaggeration of it. It's the type of train that really appeals to me because it'll be around my Christmas tree, and it has exaggerated and things that are not lifelike. I know a lot of model railroaders enjoy lifelike exhibits of their trains and lifelike features and so forth. I would rather have toy trains that are exaggerated in their artwork, exaggerated in their shape, but I like them to be high quality, and that's why I buy Lionel. So yeah, I want to get this train oiled up. That's one thing you should always do when you take it out of the box, and it shows you in the directions exactly where to place oil. But always do that before you run this train each year, because I take mine down and I set them up each year, and we'll take a look at that and make it run for you. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, here we got the Polar Express elf work train running around the layout. You can see the steam coming out of the stack and hear the chuffing, I hope. Here it comes around the turn, and it's really chugging some steam. I like that real well. It's pretty cool. This is a cute train. I mean, it's adorable to look at. And, looks really good. It's going to be a nice addition to my Christmas layout. Now I want to show you, this locomotive does have a backup light. You can see it come on there when it goes in reverse. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice little feature of this train. Now I want to run through the sounds that this locomotive makes, and I will tell you, anything having to do with the sound on this locomotive is pretty anemic. This is the whistle. And that is as loud as it can get. This is the bell. And here's the standing still crew talk.
Dispatcher here. Start her up. Stand by for track orders. Over. Yes, sir. Start up and stand by. Out.
Now this locomotive does have an interior light for the cab. That's pretty cool. So there's a lot to like about this train, but I tell you what, this is a small locomotive, and the speaker in it is just not adequate. And it's pretty disappointing. I like everything about the train except there are some design flaws. And Lionel could have put a speaker in one of the cars that it pulls behind the locomotive, and I just think that would have been a better decision than having that tiny little speaker that delivers this whistle. That is just not very loud at all, and I can understand why, because underneath the locomotive is that speaker, and it is little. So here's the two whistles, and the Polar Express. This is the Polar Express 15th Anniversary Edition, and here's its whistle. And here's the whistle on the Polar Express Elf work train. So you can see why I think Lionel should have just added a car to this set and put a speaker behind that locomotive so that you could hear the user announcements or whatever they call them and get more enjoyment out of it. If these three trains are running, you can hardly hear anything coming out of this locomotive as far as announcements or the whistle or anything. So it's very difficult over the din of the other trains to even hear that, whereas that, like I say, that 15th anniversary that's got a tender just has a lot more power behind it. So you know, I mean, you have to take the good with the bad sometimes, but again, I think Lionel made some design decisions that weren't the best. I'm pretty disappointed in that, and I'm disappointed in the crew talk.
Dispatcher, my engine's ready. Can I pull? Over. Please stand by. Out.
Because this is a Polar Express Elf work train, I want to hear some elf voices, or Santa, or something having to do with Christmas. I don't want to hear that lifelike crew talk. They really missed the boat on that. That crew talk should have been cartoonish or having to do with the season, but that's pretty disappointing. So there's a couple of things that I don't like about this, and one of them is that crew talk, and the other is the anemic ability of this locomotive to make sound. And because of that, I would say I paid $318 for this train, and it is not, I think this is more like $199 worth of effort from Lionel. I don't know. I like it, it's very cute, but you're not getting a lot for $300. It's overpriced for what you're getting. You can get some other Lion Chief sets that'll blow this out of the water for $300 and change. But yeah, there she is. And again, those are things that I love about the train. I've told you all about those, and I've told you about the things that I don't love, and you'll have to make up your own mind. But that's the Polar Express Elf work train in detail. I'm sure it'll go fast though, because of the nature of what this train is. Yeah, that's it. And that's my review of the Polar Express Elf work train. Again, I really like it. I'm going to keep it, but you know, I think maybe $199 or $249, something like that, would be more appropriate price for this particular Lion Chief set. I think the MSRP on this was actually $429 in the catalog, and it is definitely not worth that. So don't get caught paying that for it. That's the Polar Express Elf work train, and I think I neglected to tell you that the chuffing and steam function switches are on the bottom of the locomotive, so that's pretty inconvenient too. So if you want to turn off the chuffing or the smoke, you have to take it off the track and throw those switches. I hope I told you everything about it. Again, I'm going to keep it, obviously. I really think it's a cute train. I think they missed the mark on the price, and they had a couple of design flaws in it also. So hey, have a great day. Enjoy your new 2021 year. You know, God bless every one of you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you the next time on The Bones Collector. Bye-bye.